Don't forget to subscribe to the page. Hit that notification bell, like it, all those wonderful things. Let's get into it. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Ah! Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there. Steven Jackson's out there, boy. Captain Jack. Ah! What's up, man? Hey, yo boy Jack is wild, ain't he? Everybody's been talking about it, wanted to know my thoughts. They was like, man, I know you finna jump all over this. And I didn't. I sat back. I said, I'm gonna let everybody else speak on it before I say something. Because I talked about this 3 years ago. Approximately 3 years ago. Because see, what got Jack in trouble is when Jack called out LeBron James in the NBA Finals. And when he did that, that detailed a whole lot of problems for them. It did. It presented a lot of problems. See, what you didn't understand is that Steven Jackson was speaking truly. He ain't had no allegiance to nothing. He was just going to tell it like it is. And he was like, that's wrong for LeBron, man. If you do that as a teammate, talking about with J.R. Smith and all that, man, you do all that on the court and show me up like that in the NBA Finals, no, man, he wrong. He wrong for that. Like, he quit on his team, man. As the leader of the team, you can't do that. It was almost like he was saying something against the script. Oh, they didn't like that. But then when he got that show, they start rolling out that money. And them liberals start coming around. Oh, he changed his tune real quick. But then about a year ago, he changed up again. I talked about that. So every time he done switched up on LeBron, I've seen it. Now him and LeBron was good. They was in a good space when he was doing all this kissing up LeBron. He was like, all right, it's cool. I see he kissing up now. He's saying the right things now. He get it. He in line. Then he had to say something that didn't go along with status quo. Yo, what's up? You know what time it is? What up, Jack? So, right away, I kicked that video right off talking about Jack and the whole situation. Right? And when you start talking about LeBron and the situations that happened with LeBron and Captain Jack, it's just a matter of time.
Trust me, I've seen it. And I've seen LeBron when he's been in situations too, just knowing how he's grown up and how he's played. He's always been accommodated to receive him. He's never wanted to push away. He's always wanted to be invited. That's his personality. That's who he is, and that's who I judge him by.
Kobe close. Kobe was close to MJ. Very close. But LeBron is night and day. He's not even, they're two different players. You can't compare Kobe and LeBron. But you compare Kobe and Jordan.
If you had to take Kobe or LeBron, who would you
I already know. I would take Kobe.
You like Kobe?
The reason why I like Kobe, relentless. He's the mamba. That killer attitude.
Killer.
He's gonna go out and play hard every night. He's not gonna care who he's playing against. He don't want to work out with you if you're on another team and be your friend in the summertime. You know, I love the fact he has that killer instinct. He's about him and his team. Kobe's there. He's a killer.
Well, the NBA's stance is that, hey, they gave Draymond a bit of a warning after that Western Conference Finals incident. They put him on notice. They said, you know, the wiggle room that y'all usually have,
Right.
this much, now it's this much, now it's this much.
Right.
You have been in those situations. We saw your technicals pile up this year.
Well,
What does
not this year. I've only had a couple of
a couple of...
But I'm grown. Every year, the top 5 guys as leading technical fouls are probably the top 10 players in the league. And that's all passion. A lot of technicals are all passionate, and some guys you have to take the game personal because it's how you feed your families. And some things are personal, but at the same time, you don't be a snitch like LeBron did.
Steph, you scored 14 points in a quarter, haven't you? I can score 14 right now. I scored 32 and a half against Dallas and won the first half. But like this a few things with last night. We got to give Phoenix credit. They did a great job in the court. They did a great job of shrinking the court, and the Lakers had nobody that could make plays. LeBron did a great job when he was missing shots, went to the block and tried to post up. Nobody can feed him the ball.
Now, that's the thing. Now, back then, when Golden State played and all that stuff, he was all against Bron. But then he started saying the right things. But why now? He's switching up on Bron again. He's switching up on Bron one more again. He's not going along with some agenda. Have you noticed? Captain Jack ain't been back on Fox. Some of y'all saying, what happened? I'm finna tell y'all what happened. But we taking it step by step. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. Get on in here, hit that notification bell, all those wonderful things.
I want to ask you one question before we sound like y'all about to wrap it up. I want to know now, who are the top 5 that you played against or with, and I want to know who's the top 5 right now in the league.
I'm gonna go top 5 in the new era right now. Giannis, and it's not no one.
No, bro, don't do the
Boy,
political
Giannis
stuff,
the
bro.
real
You the
deal.
realist. You want the real? He the realist.
He's not putting them in order.
No, you gotta put it in order. If he ain't stacked, it ain't stacked if you don't put him in order.
Best in the league right now, Kevin Durant. I would go Giannis, Luka, Jokic, and Embiid. That's my best 5. No, excuse me. I'll take Jokic out and put in Jason Tatum.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness, Ja Morant, no LeBron.
Not my top 5.
Ooh.
Currently?
Yeah,
LeBron
what you mean
James?
currently.
Top 5?
LeBron
He's
James.
not my top 5.
Currently? Like
You heard me
currently?
with that one.
Not right now.
Yeah.
He's in my top 3 of all time, but right now in the league, he is not the top 5 best player in the league right now.
Before you get...
And that's the facts. Captain Jack is speaking factually. LeBron is not top 5 right now. If you mean top 5 from the bottom, like at the bottom, if we starting from the bottom on up, is he top 5 from there? You know, I mean, that's where the discussion need to be. I'm like, what are we talking about? Why is this even mentioned? Oh, he's hating on LeBron James. No, he's speaking the truth about LeBron James. I found nothing wrong in that statement. But that's not the one everybody's talking about. I mean, they did a great interview with Jack. I Am Athlete. They sat down for a while. I felt it was kind of long for a guy who really had nothing going on. But Yeah, for a guy who had nothing going on, I felt that that was a bit much, but everybody seems more concerned. You see one man and you start talking about Shannon Sharp and the incident in LA. Right? We're going to talk about Shannon Sharp too, by the way. Don't worry about that. That's coming. And I may address that on the Patreon. Let's see if we got it.
Obviously, that quick kicked out the game for the rest.
Let's listen to Steven Jackson talk about the Shannon Sharp ejection, because this is the only thing that people were focused on.
You guys saw the Lakers and Grizzlies game and how that unfolded. Shannon Sharp, who's an OG in the NFL, Hall of Famer.
LeBron.
Yeah, and he's
what?
he's
Loyal
Team
to
LeBron,
LeBron.
loyal
He like
to
me.
LeBron.
Is that
Is that
James.
good media? Huh?
Is that good?
I mean, he's a fan. How can you tell a man who to be a fan of?
Is it good? Have you ever heard me say something bad about LeBron?
He's
No,
Team
no.
LeBron all the way. I mean,
But
everyone has
I
their
feel like if
favorite.
you're in the media, you can't be what?
I'm like that with Brooklyn.
Everybody
with
has
Kyrie
their-
and Bron and KD.
Okay, but go ahead. Finish your
Everybody has their
question.
favorite. I'm like that with the
Finish your
Cowboys.
question.
But I want to say, like, looking at that situation, it's a two-parter. One, if Shannon weren't Shannon Sharp,
Right.
he would not still be in his courtside seat after getting into it with a player, with a team. On the other side of that, some people say, listen, the Grizzlies have to pay their dues. You can't go around running saying we don't duck smoke, we run up the chimney and all this stuff, and you haven't really done anything. We're not afraid of anyone in the West, you haven't really done anything. Where are you on the situation, and how do you feel about Memphis and their whole swagger as a team, and how do you feel about Shannon Sharp getting into it with Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, well, with Shannon Sharp, that's my uncle. I love Shannon. I talk to him all the time. You just got to remember, Bron ain't going to run up and fight nobody for you. Keep that in mind.
Hold on. What?
Bron ain't going to run up and fight nobody for you.
Shannon.
He has
Why?
a point. Because that's not Bron's MO.
Bron ain't gonna
Like,
do that.
Bron's not going to do that.
Man,
Like,
Bron can see Shannon at a restaurant get into a scuffle. If he with his family, he ain't finna run over there. That's the last thing Bron. So keep that in mind, Uncle Shay Shay. Bron is not gonna fight for you. I know you love him, but he's not gonna. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be reciprocated.
And that word reciprocated. Like, Bron ain't gonna hold you down. And he said that very affirmatively, as if he knows firsthand. Like, I'm riding for somebody and they ain't riding with me. He know that firsthand. That's the way the tone was. Now let's get to the why, because ain't nobody gonna tell you why. Right? Now, Rachel Nichols and Jack, they're really close friends. She the one that got Jack hired on ESPN. So when she had the jump, she had Jack on there. So Jack was on the show, right? The jump and doing all these different things over there with ESPN. And once Jack made that statement about LeBron can't do that, LeBron was wrong, and all that, and I don't care who don't like it. All of a sudden, there was a lot of controversy surrounding ESPN. And all of a sudden, Steven Jackson was on his way out, and there was nothing that could be done about it. Rachel told him, like, I can't even get you back. LeBron replaced him with Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson came into the fold like about a year later, and Jack was on his way out. Then they got Kendrick Perkins in there. And him and Bron was cool. So we thought. So they was at Fox. Same situation. And then with the George Floyd situation, he would start wearing shirts, he started getting different. And Jack went the whole left wing route. He started to see Bron ain't gonna have your back. Bron gonna look out for Bron. So after all the capping for Bron he did once he got the show, trying to show, hey, I'm cool with Bron. Bron's my boy. Bron. Everything changed. And you might say, well, what changed? What was the environment that changed? What? I don't get it. What changed? Everyone's attitude changed. It was like somebody hit a light switch. And the light came on and everybody said, all right, now it's time to hate on everybody. So that became the new notion. It's time to hate on everybody. But for Jack, he was just like, look, I ain't gonna diss LeBron, but I know where I stand with him. Now I'm in a position I could just say how I feel. I see like he ain't got nobody back. He felt some kind of way. Jack is the type of guy to hold on to a grudge forever. Marcellus Wiley told you. He was like, man, you on my show. I'm thinking this all water under the bridge. You didn't got over it, then soon as that, man, well, I'm still mad at you about that Kwame thing, man. You know, it just don't make any sense. He's like, man, you still holding on to that? like, dog, let that go. Ain't nobody even discussing you. Like, ain't nobody stopping your bag. You making money, good for you. You got all of these different analogies of people in general about how the game should be played, who should be in the game. But where was Jack telling a lie at here? We all know LeBron ain't gonna have his back. LeBron ain't the have your back type of guy. Brandon Ingram was like, dog, you grabbed your boy Chris Paul and you ain't have our back. They saw that firsthand. So that if they know you don't have their back, why are they even dealing with you? I wouldn't want to deal with anybody that didn't have our back properly. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wasn't doing what we were normally doing, like, I wouldn't want to have their back either. So I'm not mad at Jack for that. Everybody like, man, I know you finna go off about this. No, Jack know the truth. Jack only got Hollywood because he had to, because of Mad and everybody else. But Mad ain't gonna say nothing crazy about Bron. They ain't gonna say nothing over there. But he know what Bron is. I know what Bron is. Everybody that played ball in the league really truthfully can't say what they want to say about LeBron James. He's the greatest athlete in the world today, and we just gotta be in awe every time we play against him. Ain't nobody afraid or in awe of LeBron James. Trust me. I'm like, why would you be in awe of a guy with no moves who you better than? Like, damn, you can't even dribble. Dude can't dribble a basketball. Has no post moves, no footwork. Horrible shooter. Why do I get excited for that? And I'm like, the thing that gets me is they criticize Giannis to death over it, then they praise LeBron for it. It just makes no sense. Giannis is a guy that works hard and don't cheat the game. This guy is work ethic, push to be great every night, working out, working on his game, working on his free throws. He's trying to get his team better by making everyone else around him better. He ain't saying, let me go get 38 players, all stars on my team. Let me see how many NBA 75s I can get on one team. And then everybody be talking about how great I am. If Giannis went and did that, you'd be like, man, Giannis, look at all the people he got on his team, though. I'll be like, dog, what you think LeBron do every year? It's ridiculous. You cannot be considered one of the greatest players of all time, and you got all this help around you. So it don't really make you that great. It makes the team great. Oh, well, Jack is correct. LeBron is in the top 5 basketball player right now. His points don't impact the game. So it's not like, oh man, LeBron's lighting it up out there. LeBron is not really doing anything. This year, everybody points are up. Points are up by at least 27% this year in every team. So 30s, you got like 6, 7 people averaging 30 points per game. So averaging 30 from this season on is gonna mean nothing. If you're not averaging 30, then you're not doing anything. They've altered the game yet again to build up points because that's where their betting is with all this fantasy bets and sports. They need points. They don't need defense, they need points. Everything is based around points. So they didn't care less about defense, which hurts the game. And that's why you got teams down 20, they go up 20, and they go down 20, they go up 20. You're like, this is just stupid. This is not even basketball. I don't even understand what's happening out here. And because the ebb and flow of the game is so up and down, you don't have any time to watch anything develop, any plays. So the refs got to get involved and slow it down by blowing whistles and inverting whistles, different challenges of plays, just so they could give the other team a blow or rest. It's bad. Well, I don't know what they're going to do moving forward, but I don't think Jack told a lie anywhere in that interview when it came to LeBron James. He did not tell a lie. Except for, I think he said he had him 3 all time. You know, it's his list, but he said number 3 all time. I'm going to call Cap on that. That's what you can call Captain Jack. 3 all time? Yeah, get the hell out of here. LeBron James 3 all, third all time, greatest player. It's like, man, get the hell up out of here. Well, you gotta ask yourself, what are you really in it for, buddy? Buddy, old boy, old pal, old chum? No. Is LeBron James a better basketball player than Larry Bird? No. Was LeBron James a better basketball player than, Clyde Drexler? No. Was he better than Dominique Wilkins? No. Was he better than Walt Frazier? Probably Walt Frazier. But I don't see nothing great about this guy. Like I really don't see what everybody else sees. To me, I'm just like, what is they talking about? Did they watch the 80s? He wasn't better than Charles Barkley. He wasn't better than Karl Malone. He wasn't better than Stockton, Price, Isaiah, Jordan, any of these guys. He's better than Scottie Pippen, I'll tell you that. He wasn't better than G. Hill, Penny. Come on, Penny or LeBron? Are you kidding me? No, I don't think of it as hate. I think of it as where everything stands today. That's like where we stand. Yeah, people can have their own ideologies on it, but like I said, thank you all for subscribing to the page. Shouts out to at Kwame Brown Bus Life, Kwame Brown Bus Life 2.0. Welcome to HD TV, Jose Rodriguez. His channels was just Seahawks Jose Rodriguez. Shouts out to Scrub Zero, Ticket TV, Armando Black TV. It's a lot of TVs. And I'm out.